Order.
The chair recognizes the honourable member for Fox Hill.
Yeah, I had hoped that this business, this allegation of massive proliferation, that's the point I'm taking objection to. Massive proliferation. Where is the evidence of it? You just can't come here and throw out something.
Let me help you.
No, I don't need any help. I'm saying it's either you come and say we have 20 cases and here are the 20 cases. But what you're saying is the government has been engaged in a massive proliferation, which leads to the complaints in Spanish Wells. And I say unequivocally that is not true. It's not so. Untrue. False. You asserted it. You asserted it. That's exactly my point.
So let me put it this way. When I started the chair, Madam Speaker, I was cautious, Madam Speaker. When concerns were raised by an important sector of our economy, we sought to be responsive to them. And what they have said in Spanish Wells, in Long Island, in Andros, in New Providence, in Coral Harbor, at Port-au-Ski, is that there has been a dramatic increase of who they recognize to be foreign nationals who previously were unable to be on Bahamian vessels, fishing in Bahamian waters. Now, in some cases, the majority of the crew are not of Bahamian descent. So if it's untrue, I'm just asking you or someone who knows better, a minister, former minister of fisheries is present. I'm saying, listen to me. You are able, I would expect, if you had an objection, but this member.
The chair recognizes
I'm not going to engage in sophistry here today, right? The member, look it up in the dictionary. What I'm saying is, look it up in the dictionary. I'm not going to engage in sophistry. What I'm saying is this. You say, out of the member's mouth, that there's been a massive proliferation in the immigration, whether it's dramatic or not. You said massive. All I'm saying is there's no evidence of that. You can't throw that out of the government because it is untrue, because what it means is there's a conspiracy which their side has been spinning round and round and round, that we are somehow dramatically increasing people to become citizens of this country. That is false, completely untrue, and I wish it debunked, and it should be struck from the record. That's my view.
I will strike that from the record.
Speaker, I submit as a substitution for massive. There has been a significant and unacceptable increase of number of persons. And so, Madam Speaker,
makes no difference.
I would leave that there. I would leave it there. Madam Speaker.
There is no evidence of it. It should be struck from the record.
But you are not providing any evidence to the contrary. You are not providing anything to the contrary. So how can you deny? How can you deny? How can you deny? On what basis are you denying?
Members.
On what basis? On what? Relax. Just relax. Yes. But I'm saying, no. Relax. No, relax. It's too much anger in the country as it is. Just relax. All I'm saying. So, Madam Speaker, may I continue my presentation?
Yes, I had that expunged.
Oh, exactly. So
I had it stricken from the record.
Yes.
And so, thank you, Honourable Member.
Madam Speaker, we have a duty of care to address the issues raised by fishermen throughout the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, Madam Speaker. That's the point. That is the no. That is the Madam Speaker. Exactly why are you entertaining him on a lack of a point of order?
That is correct.
Madam Speaker, there has been an increase, and it will pass the site test. Just leave from here, go to Port-au-Ski, go Coral Harbor. In fact, one of the persons who have so many persons on the vessel that fishers are concerned about, in fact, sent out information to the public far and wide indicating that there's deep concern about poaching, there's concerns about unsafe practices, fishing practices. Madam Speaker, let me give you an example of what we call unsafe fishing practice, Madam Speaker. So, Madam Speaker, if you are on a boat and you dive for count, and you crack the count and leave the shells at the bottom of the water on the seabed, Madam Speaker, the shells,
Thank you, Honourable Member.
the shells.
Honourable Member.
Madam Speaker, let me say this before we go down this road, Madam Speaker. No problem. Go ahead, Madam Speaker.
Everybody should have calm heads today, eh?
Madam Speaker, there's only one hot hand over there. We're calm.
Calm.
We're calm, Madam Speaker.
You know, honourable members, when we come to this place and we begin to throw assertions around, we have to always be mindful that we are speaking to not just the heirs that listen in this place, but the ones that are on the lenses on the outside. And when we provide these kinds of statements, you have to bring the facts. You really have to bring the facts, because it has to be proven that what you're saying is factual. If we can't do that, we have to move on. Now, today we're debating the automatic exchange of financial accounts information, Bill 2025, and well, I see number 2 there, but you know, let's stay focused.
So, Madam Speaker,
Let's stay on cue.
Madam Speaker, I heard the undemocratic recommendation by the member for Foxhill. He's done it before. He's summarily, aided and abetted by his colleagues, ended debate because he did not like the comments that were being made on the floor. Madam Speaker, so he then goes to relevance. Madam Speaker, protect me, Madam Speaker, protect me from him. Madam Speaker, he is talking about ending the debate because he does not like the line of argument that I'm raising, right, Madam Speaker? And so, Madam Speaker, let me just say to the public, the government side, Madam Speaker, no, don't worry, I look where I please. Madam Speaker, the government side intends at 1 o'clock to end the debate. I was going to be the last presenter, Madam Speaker, on our side. We have to, Madam Speaker, now reconfigure our presentation because they can willy-nilly decide whether or not we will have a full day at work. That's what they do. Madam Speaker, the second Wednesday of each month, we should be given an opportunity to ask questions relevant to the national development of our country and the condition of our people. This government, Madam Speaker, has consistently avoided giving us time to ask questions, right? So, Madam Speaker, here they are, Madam Speaker, Madam Speaker, you said that it is important to bring the facts. Madam Speaker, this is not a transparent administration that even provides details on the most significant issues that affect us. Madam Speaker, so let me give an example, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, he's not prepared to be disciplined and should be disciplined, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, they do not present the facts. So when you are holding us to a different standard that you hold them, it sends the wrong message to the public, Madam Speaker. Let me give an example, Madam Speaker. When I was here last, I pointed out that this government made available $10 million to the Carmichael Development Corporation. That organization, Madam Speaker, I want you to hear, $10 million this administration gave to a company that is not properly registered. It's not registered. Not one of them got up on a point of order and gave an account for where the $10 million is. Not one. Not one. We can sit right now and say, explain to us what you did with $10 million that you made available to the Carmichael Development. So when the member for, I don't want to elevate his position by identifying, but he talked about transparency and accountability of this administration. Where's the accountability when we get up and ask? Outside, in case you will sue us, inside where we are protected, we want to know how and why did you give $10 million to the Carmichael Development Corporation? What was the money for? Secondly, we ask, You borrowed $20 million for the housing project in Carmichael, Madam Speaker. $20 million. We don't see $20 million worth of homes. We don't see $10 million worth of homes. We don't see $5 million worth of homes. We want to know what happened to the $20 million. Could the $10 million be to repay the lenders for $10 million they loaned to build the first set of homes that were never built, so you couldn't collect any mortgage payments and you couldn't repay, and you couldn't repay, and so, Madam Speaker, we were talking about credibility. I was being asked, Madam Speaker, here's the relevance. I was being asked to present the facts. I'm saying on multiple occasions we have sought to ask for details on important things about how the people's monies are spent. I just gave 2 examples. They do not provide the information, Madam Speaker. I am entitled then, with the facts that I have,
The chair recognizes the honourable member
to comment.
This is a bill about the automatic exchange of financial account information. Automatic exchange of financial account information. Nothing that this member has spoken in the 16 minutes that he's been speaking has been related to this bill. Nothing. Not one word. Nada. Zilch. Zero. I appeal to you. The rule on relevance.
Honourable member, are you prepared to speak at all on what we're debating today?
Of course, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I'll only say this. Let me just comment for a moment on the bill, but let me say this. I understand the pressure. I understand the pressure you are under. And you know, by the grace of God, the will of God will be the will of God is going to be done in all of our cases. We come and we serve at the pleasure of the people. When they get tired of us, they send us home. And so you should not be upset if the people of Fox Hill is getting ready to send you home, because again, all of us serve at the pleasure of the people. So, Madam Speaker, with respect to the automatic exchange of financial account information amendment bill, Madam, comport yourself. Comport yourself. Comport yourself. Comport yourself, man. So, Madam Speaker, you're distracting me. You're distracting me. Madam Speaker. So, say I dare you. Say I dare you. So, you ready? Just right. Madam Speaker, the Prime Minister, the member for Cat Island, Rumkey, and St. Salvador, Madam Speaker, the member from. I'm going to close on what I told about the pharmacy. I'm going to tell you what a young lady said to me in the pharmacy about her observation of some of the races she's watched. Allow me to close with that. But Madam Speaker, the Prime Minister got up.
Rule on relevance.
Yes.
The bill is the automatic exchange of financial account information amendment number 2. The man has not spoken once on this bill.